Hello my faithful apprentices, my name is the Recess Master 101. Today we have part 5 of the Metal Model Marathon. We are doing the classic bicycle today. This is an Iconics model, which is a little bit different from the Metal Earth ones that we've been doing, but it's made by Fascinations, which are these same people who made the Metal Earth models. This is made by the same company that made my first build that I did for this series, the Kawasaki Ninja H2R, I believe. So let's open it out here. Here we have the back. You can pause now and read this if you'd like. Here we have some other models. Those two right there I have, and remember, if you want to see one of these two, or any of the other models, just leave a comment in the comment section below. There's some of the images of what that model will look like. And here are the two massive sheets of metal with the pieces that make up this model. Got a lot in there. There's a bunch more here, and you can see good quality steel right there. Another more on this side. Now, to get you an idea of how big this model is, here is your standard water bottle cap compared to one of the wheels. And that's it on the wheel. It's going to be a very, very large model. This might be my biggest model as far as size. This looks like it's going to be slightly, or more than slightly, bigger than the H2R, and at the end of this video I will be giving a size comparison to those two models because I'm cool. Alright, I think that should about sum it up. I still have to get my area set up, but I do this first because why not? And enjoy the time lapse. Welcome to the after build of the classic bicycle. Oh man, this one was tricky. This one was really tricky. It was definitely a lot harder than it looks, I will tell you that right now. As far as design goes, I did mess up one thing. It is extremely minor and you can't even notice it. But if I turn this around, if you look at the tread of the wheels, you can see, maybe, see how they're pointing up in that direction? That's the way the wheel would be spinning. Well, actually, I got it backwards on this one. They're pointing the wrong direction. So by the time I noticed it, I already pretty much had it together, so I just said, oh well, and I finished it. With that out of the way, let's take a look at the detailing of this model. I mean, it's very nice, and we've got the Bon Voyage chain cover there. We have Bon Voyage right there on the frame of the bike. And then on the side, 1898, it looks like that says, maybe 6. But it says it on the other side as well. We have a cargo kind of storage hold there. Looks nice. Gonna turn it. We have the top with the handlebars. We got like the little bell, handlebars, and the brakes. I mean, between you and me, I don't really understand the sideways handlebars like this, but I guess it was the fad. And then these things on the edge, I don't know why it's so blurry. There we go. Those are the handbrakes. Staying on the back, I don't know exactly what this thing on the back is, but it's there, so we'll go with it. It's sitting on a stand, but I think that's because it would fall over without it. Looking in there, the sprocket and the rear sprocket looks very... Actually, there is no rear sprocket, I noticed that. Just the front main sprocket. And then the chain, of course. It's very lot of stuff in the back here. Well, it's a little bit. I actually messed it up in the back. I had to take it apart because I just completely messed something up. And then turning it around to the front here. It's a little lopsided. I mean, again, I'm doing this by hand. I'm not using any really advanced tools. So it's going to be a little lopsided. Not really much I could do about it. On the other side here, take a look at this pedal. Very nice detail there. It's very good. The whole crank and all that looks very nice. And there we have the Bon Voyage again, and the 1986, right? 1986 right there. Yeah. One final note about this model actually so far has been my longest build. While the Kawasaki Ninja H2R took me 3 hours, this one took me 4.5 hours, I believe. I'm not entirely certain on the Kawasaki Ninja. I think it might have taken me 4 hours, but even then, this took me a half an hour longer. By the way, this is just a small cut-in. Something I forgot, I did want to do a side-by-side comparison of the Kawasaki Ninja H2R and the classic bike. This does officially size up to be my biggest model in length and height. Wow, this thing is actually quite massive, but it's so small in its own way that it's so thin. It's almost an inch to an inch and a half longer, and it's roughly maybe 3 or 4 millimeters taller than the top of the windshield here, but it is undoubtedly a bigger model. This one has probably been the most complicated model by far, though. Even more complicated than when I did the lunar lander. One thing I actually want to do is one day I will go through the models that I have already built, because I have a whole lot of these. At least 2 or 3 dozen of these models that I built long before I did this series. And I'll just showcase them and show them off as what I've already built. How I kind of got into this and all. But I will save that for a later date. But I believe I'm going to be putting this right before my outro, so there it is. But yeah, that was the classic bicycle. Remember, this is extremely important. Vote for a model. Look in the description below for the link to the Metal Model Marathon showcase of all the models that I'll be doing for this series. And just find a model you want to see, put it in the description, or I mean the comment section below, and I will tally it for next week, because I will be doing this every week. I want to keep up with this, and it's going to be kind of hard if I don't have any votes. But thank you to who gave me the vote for this, because without you I would not have done a model this week. Although I probably would have, I would just pick it myself, but thank you for your vote anyway. I'm not going to say your name because I don't know if you're okay with me saying your name because, you know, all that neat stuff. But you know who you are. Thank you very, very much for your vote. That being said, this is the Recess Master 101, and tune in next week for the next episode of the Metal Model Marathon, and I will see you guys later. Bye-bye.